This is a companion video to the video that I made earlier about Bing AI, and I've also done one for ChatGPT, and I've kept these videos to the same content just so that they can be comparable. And so these questions are my 20 cardinality questions that I asked Bing AI. They were all based on questions that I've asked ChatGPT, and you can find videos for those elsewhere, in other videos. And so in this video, I've gone through those questions, and I'll show some of the functionality of BART AI, but I'm really sticking to the questions themselves. And so in general, when I ask the question and I look at how BART AI does it, you can copy to yourself the text and put it in another folder, but you can also click here and export the response to either Docs or Gmail. Now the thing about exporting to Docs is it will create a new document every single time, whereas what I want to do is export all the answers to a single document. So I only use this twice just to verify that that's what it does, and it's not what I wanted. I haven't used the one in drafting email, but that I like that a lot. So that's pretty good. The BART activity, and I'm not going to switch screens because I suspect that it's going to end the video, and I'll do another video about that, perhaps, I'm not sure. The BART activity does keep every one of these questions, but it doesn't keep the result like ChatGPT does. And so this is actually the second time that I type all of these questions. And in this second time, some of the answers were different, which is very interesting. And in the first round, there was one question that I asked. By the way, all of these questions are going to be in the chat, the actual questions themselves, in the description of the video, and then you can enter them yourselves. I'm not going to go through every question because that's going to be like watching paint dry. So I'll toggle through as I speak. So in one of the questions, in the answer, there was one word, just one word in Russian. And so what I did immediately after is, can you please translate? And I cut and pasted that word to English, and it did. But in this case, that question did not generate that single word in Russian. Now, I've noticed also a difference from the last time that I typed all these questions, which again, I lost, because once you get out of your browser and you come back in, all your queries are gone. At least in my case. Maybe there's a trick that I don't know. So now it's got code snippets, even though these code snippets don't do anything right now. But that's kind of cute. And you can copy the code snippets by themselves. Although I don't really consider this a code snippet. It's just words. Don't get that. In some of the questions, it'll give you the sources, as Bing AI does. Every one of them has the thing of Googling it. Now, in my case, just me, I'm not interested in Googling any of this stuff because the whole point of the AI tool is that I don't have to Google so much. So I don't want to Google at all. As far as the answers are concerned, it's mostly plain vanilla Wikipedia, which is a lot like Bing AI brief version. Now, one trick that I've learned in my questions to kind of get it to give me longer answers is to ask specifically to do something in detail. So I've gotten to the point where I do use that a lot, and that has worked for me. So when I say give it to me in detail, I get an answer that has more detail. So for instance, in this case, I did not put in here and give me the details, and it didn't, which is perfectly fine. So I'm also trying to get better at how to query the tool. So overall, it looks great. It looks great. It's got a nice theme that I'm using because I'm an old guy, so I love it. I will be using it more, and I will be watching it grow like a baby. It's got some LaTeX, which I really like. Now, I have not asked it anything that would generate something like an integral sign, but I'll play around with that in some other video. This particular video is only to show my first impression of ChatGPT with my 20 plus now questions about cardinality. And I will just go through all the questions just to show you what they all look like and end it here.